Welcome to GCNTech Show.
This week, Alex is on a top secret mission in Italy with a Ferrari. But fear not, because Conor and I are here to guide you through all of the latest hot tech.
Yeah, we've got a new inflation device from Topeak, new Elite wheels, new bikes, new shoes, and lots more.
Plus our main talking point this week, which is a crazy concept bike that we want to see become reality. So we're going to talk about this crazy concept bike that I came across. Yep. So I actually saw this on a recent trip last week to Decathlon's HQ in Lille. And they had this concept bike there, which I saw. And I thought this was really cool because concept cars are a thing. Like all car brands come up with concept cars, but it's not something we really see bike brands doing. But I'd love to see more of it because I think that concept bikes, or concepts in general, are really fun design exercises that great ideas can come out of. They're really good at, spurring creativity and getting you to think about things in a different way.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. But what was the bike that you saw in Lille? What was it?
Well, before we get into sort of the details and the features of it, because there was a lot of cool stuff going on, the overall sort of theme of the bike is something that doesn't currently exist, which is a dedicated ultra endurance bike.
Okay, I like it. I mean, We've both done ultra rides, races.
Yeah. I
love going bike packing.
Yeah.
I love a bike that can carry stuff.
Yeah.
It's designed to be practical.
You are Mr. Practical.
I love it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this could be up my street.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this sort of category is going from strength to strength. Like we're seeing, like the transcontinental race, Badlands, Silk Road Mountain Race, like all these things. These events are really getting more and more popular. But not even just events, like the idea of riding point to point and doing sort of bikepacking adventures is something that's becoming also more and more popular. But at the moment, the key thing is there isn't actually a dedicated bike for this. You know what I mean? Like everyone just seems to take an existing bike. Yeah. In some cases, I've seen people doing transcontinental like a Trek Madone. Or Madone, and then they just heavily modify it. Or people take a cross bike and modify it. Or there's all sorts of different things, but no one really... There's not like a bike that is kind of ideal and designed for this purpose.
This has been kind of tailored for that specific purpose.
Yeah.
Well, the first feature that I can see on the bike, Dynamo hub, which I love. I think if you're going to do a ride or a big event like this, being able to reduce the amount of devices you need to charge on the go is a major advantage.
And just not stress about your lights running out of battery.
Yeah, it's just always going to be on. You don't have to faff around your bags getting battery packs out and stuff.
It is
you can but...
Yeah, like people doing the transcontinental and stuff, like they all have Dynamo hubs. And I think also just that it makes you so much more self-sufficient if you're going into the wilderness as well, which is really cool. Like your recent, ride out in Utah. Yeah. Like, it'd be really cool to have a Dynamo hub, just so that,
100%. I mean, there's workarounds of battery packs, solar panels that are pretty compact these days. But I still think having that option just to ride and it power your light.
I think it's proper cool.
Yeah.
Proper, utilitarian. And you can see also that there's these built-in special integrated lights on the fork right next to the hub. Another light at the front as well, beneath the tri-bars. We'll get onto those in a minute. And also an integrated light in the rear as well. So it's got all the light sort of things going on. Other key feature is the construction. So they've gone for carbon lugs and then alloy tubes.
Yeah.
So this is interesting because you've got the sort of ability to tailor the shape and size of the bike to an individual, potentially with that kind of construction, but also it's potentially better at absorbing impacts on the alloy tubes, like top tube strikes, things like that. And also, I like the practicality of strapping bags to alloy tubes rather than having them rubbing away at the lacquer and through the carbon on carbon tubes.
Yeah, that's a good point as well.
Which can be a problem on these bikes.
Yeah, I mean, you can just mask your bike with tape to protect it, but to have that already built in is another plus.
Yeah. It's practicality.
Practicality.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Practicality.
The other big thing that stands out is the storage on this bike, which I think is really cool. So this is like a problem, isn't it? When people do these things, they're chucking all these bike bags on and stuff. And there's always that thing of like, you feel that within these big events, like, yeah, you're going at slow speed. But when you start to do the maths of like actually how aero matters, because you're going such vast distances, it's actually scary. Like, you know, how much an aero penalty, like a badly placed or designed bag, can actually slow you down so much. You just think, oh, like, there's just so much room for optimization. I feel that within this whole sector of racing and things that people do, there's just so many low-hanging fruit there, but you are trading it off against practicality. But what they've done here is you've just got the bags are sort of designed for the bike. They're all streamlined and integrated in. You've got the big bag on the back, but we've seen in the wind tunnel there, like actually more aero to have a big tail pack on. Actually improves your aerodynamics. But yeah, I think it's really cool. And you've got like integrated storage on the down tube as well, a bit like the Orbea Orca storage box.
Yeah, and that storage is kind of like properly tailored to the frame too. It looks pretty neat, doesn't it, on the top tube there?
Yeah, it's really nice.
And that top tube bag. I guess what I'd have changed, looking at it, I'd have gone for the full frame pack, I think.
Would you?
And had
a bladder?
My hydration with a bladder.
Really?
Yeah, and then some sort of solution with a straw up the top tube. I think that would have given you a bit more space.
But what about the sort of being able, would you just have water in that? Because it means you can't then like mix fluids, you can't have like an electrolyte drink and like you can't, limits you a bit in that regard. It's a trade-off, isn't it?
But it's a concept bike, so maybe, you could have one bladder with two different bladders within and like a different like switch to go on your straw to change between one and the other.
I think the other thing is like when you're doing the big ultra-endurance things, like the hygiene becomes an issue. Yeah. So a lot of the time, like I know that like Josh Ibbott, who's a friend of the channel and races a lot of these events, I've heard him say things like he will do a long ultra endurance thing, and then like after a week, he's swapping his bottles out, or maybe like after 5 days, when he rides past a bike shop, he'll stop and he'll go and buy a couple of brand new bottles and just ditch the ones he had before. Yeah. Because there's that sanitation thing of like the constant bacteria build up in your bottles, you're pushing yourself, you're riding long distances, don't want to get ill, and it's like, so, and a bladder could be harder to clean out.
Yeah,
in these situations.
Very true.
Other thing we need to point out is like the geometry of the bike, and it's got a special handlebar on there, also in aim to optimize aerodynamics. Because a lot of the time, for these kind of bikes, you want to have tri-bars and you want to have drop bars. You want the drop bars for maybe off-road sections or the control or descending. You want the tri-bars because you need an additional position to rest yourself, so you don't get Schirmer's neck or like what I've got in the Tour de Station.
You want to relax.
You want an additional position to just lie down on sometimes, but you don't want it like a TT bike, and you want the tri-bars to be in the correct place. So they've got a special handlebar that's been designed for this bike, the geometry in mind and everything, so that it's got exactly what you'd want, and you've got tri-bars in a relaxed position where you'd want them. And also, interestingly, there's actually like a Perspex fairing you can see on the pictures. So they've put this Perspex fairing in front of the tri-bars and things, which would be heavily UCI illegal. They've got no jurisdiction here. But that is to improve aerodynamics of the front of the bike. I think
it's like a wing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like
cool.
a rocket ship wing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a mega looking bike. I really like it.
And bags of tyre clearance as well.
Yeah, loads of tyre clearance as well, which is important because there's more and more gravel sections coming into these ultra races, actually.
Yeah, but also if you're going to go on a mega adventure,
you want some volume.
You want it, don't you? You want the cushioning, but also you want the free. It's all about freedom. So even if you're not doing a race, it's that thing of like, I want to know where that fire road goes or that trail. Let's go check it out, and you've got a bike that can do that. It's
for
cool.
Sure. Super interesting. I'd love to see a pannier on the back.
Would you?
I think, I would
like a tail fin.
I love a bike packing.
Would you like a tail fin?
Something similar to that, like something designed into the bike, which gave it a bit more support.
Yeah,
would have been interesting. But I mean, you've got a lot of storage space there: rear bag, frame bags. You've got the one on the down tube as well. It's neat. It'd be nice to ride it.
It would be cool.
Let us know what you think, though, in the comment section below. Would you look for a bike like this that's specifically designed?
Well, do you think that there should be a new category of bike?
Bike, yeah.
That is like the dedicated ultra endurance kind of bike? Because at the moment, like I said, there isn't. What people do is they get a bike that's a gravel bike, or they get a bike that's a race bike, and then they modify it to fit to become this. But
I love it. I think it's an exciting new little niche.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I'd love this category of bike to exist.
And the tech to take off. Yeah.
Well, let us know.
Kicking off hot tech now with some pretty premium gravel shoes. So this is from Italian brand Nimbl, which is like a shoe brand I've heard quite a lot of actually over the years.
All the rage right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think a point a few years back where pros were like actively seeking them out, and there was literally a waiting list of pros trying to get these shoes because they're all handmade in Italy, totally handmade in-house. So like they can only make a certain amount.
Yeah.
So even if you're whoever, you can't get your hands on them unless they're there.
They are pretty popular at the moment. Yeah,
pretty baller. But they've just made some gravel shoes, which is quite interesting. They're like really focused on gravel rather than being like a mountain bike gravel shoe.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, up until now, they've just done road shoes. But yeah, like you say, this isn't as substantial as a full-on like mountain bike XC shoe. It's a gravel shoe. 254 grams in a size 43, pretty light.
It's light.
Not going to be light on your wallet though.
Well, yeah, you've got to brace yourself.
Brace yourself. £465 a pair. So you're looking at, well, if the conversion is straight through, it's about $500, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you could buy a bike for that.
Yeah.
But they do look quite nice.
Quite a lot, yeah.
They do look quite nice.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But yeah, it's interesting to see brands like this going kind of for gravel-specific.
It's where the growth is. It's where the growth is. Right. That's not all, though. We've got some more shoes.
More shoes I put these ones in. Going to the other end of the spectrum. So I'm always on the lookout for like a really compact shoe to take bike packing with me. Because it's such a problem. I've got massive feet, so I'm carrying these huge boats around on the back of my bike. Like I'm towing a trailer. So I found these. This is from Zpacks. These $35 US. They weigh 51 grams. And they basically fold up really small, like the size of a fist. So like perfect just for fitting in your bags, fitting whenever really. You don't have to even strap them to the outside of your bag, just roll them up. I want to try these. I'm trying to get my hands on some. They're all sold out, so they're obviously quite popular.
Yeah.
If they fit. Extra large is their biggest size.
That's what you're going for.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right. We've got a new bike now from Lapierre. So they've launched the Dijon-based brand. Have launched a new endurance bike. So Lapierre have released their new Pulsium. Yep. So this is an update on previous Pulsiums in the Lapierre range. As part of that update, it now has improved tyre clearance to 35 millimetres.
Yeah,
so it's
solid.
a bit kind of like all roady, but not quite full-on gravel. And it also has improved compliance thanks to special carbon fibre that they're using, which they're calling, bear with me, H224T unidirectional fibre.
There we go.
To be precise, which apparently helps improve vibration dampening and compliance.
Yeah, I love the kind of like rear stay design.
Yeah, it's like the unique kind of like little triangle bit with where the seat post goes. It's kind of like a trademark of Lapierre bikes. Also reminds me of like the GT grade.
Yeah, good shout actually. Yeah, it's like a little mini triangle within a triangle.
Yeah.
UCI approved too though?
So. Yeah. So yeah, the UCI, will be happy if you race it in one of their sanctioned events.
Yeah, there you go.
It's got a sticker and everything. Right, I've literally, postman just arrived.
Yeah.
This has just come in.
Is it fresh in?
Fresh gadge for the show.
I'm excited to see this.
Right.
I'm generally really excited.
So this is a new device from Topeak. It's called the e-Booster Digital for quick inflation. Now, these are like electric pumps. They've become really like hot tech over the last like year. They're all the talk of like the winter group ride, or when someone has a puncture, someone on the group ride always seemingly pulls out one of these electric pumps now and like goes, "Hey everyone, check this out," and then like pumps up the tyre with it, right? And there's a lot of them that are available on sort of like Alibaba and all the rest of it. But they're pretty expensive.
They're pricey. I've got one for my camping mattresses, just a little small one. I've been considering getting one for my paddleboard, but
But this is the first one I've seen from a recognised brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Topeak have got theirs, the e-Booster, right? Here it is. This is the first time I've actually seen it.
Wow, it's like it's
Look at
smaller.
that.
It's smaller actually than I thought it would be.
It almost looks like an action camera,
That is small.
isn't it?
Oh, that'd easily fit in your pocket. So I was reading a few stats on this actually.
Yep.
So I believe it's got enough charge to do a 700 by 25C inner tube 4 times to 80 psi.
It's pretty good.
It's got max. It can do max 120 psi if you want, which is plenty enough.
I mean, no one's running more than that these days.
No, I mean you could if you were traveling somewhere, you could put that in your bag.
Especially if you're running 25 or 28 tyres,
Yeah,
you're not doing that.
and I think it gets it to 80 psi 50 seconds.
The other key things with this when I've read the stats on it, it's got a digital gauge on it, so you get precise PSI that you want. You up the pressure to the exact amount you want, and it does it, and then it stops. The other thing is, you can do Schrader and Presta, but one of the problems with these, and this happened to one of my friends, is they were inflating their tyre at the side of the road, and he had plastic valves because he was using TPU inner tubes. And a lot of the other ones aren't safe for use on TPU tubes because they get quite warm and they actually melt the plastic valve. This one, apparently, although we haven't used it yet, is safe for TPU tubes and doesn't melt them.
So it must cool the air then a bit.
We need to.
There's an extendable hose.
I want to try it out. You got an inner tube?
So I have got an inner tube. Here's one I prepared earlier.
I'm turning it on. There we go.
So what tube have we got here?
I'm going to set it to.
So it's got charge, has it? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's got full charge. Ready to go.
Ready out of the box.
I'm going to drop it down to. I'm going to bang it down to what I currently use at the moment, which is in my front tyre, 72 psi.
Go on then.
Right.
Okay. Are you ready?
I think.
Just do it and let's see what happens to the tube. Whoa!
It's
quite loud.
Oh, look at it. You can see it. You can see it going up. It's going up. It's 10, 11, 12. You can watch it getting up to pressure.
I mean, it's pretty impressive.
I feel like this is going to explode. I'm not.
What are we on?
We're only on 13 and it's pretty big.
That's going to explode. That's going to explode.
You reckon?
It's not designed for that. I don't want to. Yeah, look at it. It needs to be the tyre.
We're only on 14 psi. It's got massive.
Oh, my ears.
You're going to get rubber burns.
I'm going to get whiplash from this.
I'm going to stop it there.
Why didn't we just get a wheel?
It's got a lot of juice. This is better, isn't it?
You go swimming in the pool with that. Right. I mean...
Valve. Nice and cool.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not got hot at all.
It's impressive, though. To be fair.
Look at that.
I love it.
Little battery level indicator on there as well.
Like, where does the air come in? I'm amazed. I'm just genuinely amazed.
Look at that. God, that inner tube's big enough for one of your bikes now. Look at that. There we go.
Well, there you go. Mad. I remember when I started cycling, I had a pump like this big,
yeah.
You know, fit on your frame, and now it's like that.
I had a pump this big that you could fit on your frame. You could fit on your frame.
Oh, dear me. Anyway, there you go. Not the only new thing from Topeak, though, because we've got some levers, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which are pretty cool. These are team-issue tyre levers.
They're the biggest tyre levers I've ever seen.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to do justice because my hands are massive. But basically, this is for, like, if you really struggle to get stubborn tyres on, which I sometimes do, and
Everyone does.
Everyone does. I've pushed my thumbs to the limit, and I have broken my thumbs in the past. This is to avoid that. So you make this kind of pivot, which I'm on the fly doing here. Hold on. Which way are we going? I'm new at this.
The other way.
Other way. Do you reckon?
There's a video on their website that shows you how to do it. Thankfully.
Well, I think I'm in. No, I'm not in. Wait. We might be back in a bit again. That one's like that. That one's like that. So that's going to pull, and then that, So, right, wait, we're back. There we go. It clips in. So you're trying to seat the tyre. Put that over, grabs on the tyre, and you basically pull that back, and it helps you get...
Helps to get the tyre on, because sometimes that can be hard.
Really hard. And then there's also a system for getting the tyre off, which is pretty ingenious.
So I definitely feel like this is, before people get confused, like something that's like a workshop tyre lever designed to help you set up and seat your tyres in the first instance, rather than something that's like you would take and put in your back pocket and have.
Something to have in your toolbox for at home. There you go.
So next we've got some new wheels from Elite. These are pretty exciting. They're called the G36, and they're a new gravel wheel at a very competitive price point.
Yeah. Like a G6. Sorry, I can't get... When I hear the name, I just can't get that out of my head.
What,
G36, you know that song? Anyway, forget it. I'm a bit high on...
Tyre levers.
Tyre levers.
Right, come on then, hit us with the stats.
25mm internal rim with 1,420 grams weight for the pair.
Pretty decent. Sapphim spokes, ceramic bearings in the hubs. It was pretty cool. I really like the fact that they're 25 wide. Yeah. So, like, I would be tempted to even... I know they're like gravel wheels, but I would be really tempted to want to run those with like 30, 32 road tyres. Have them on my road bike, just for that massive internal width. Like, everyone likes wide internal rims because the tyres just sit so nice on them.
Yeah, well, at least say they're kind of optimised for tyres between 30 and 50mm width, so you could.
You could do that. That's pretty cool. They've also got their Black Friday on as well coming up. So
20th of November, I think that runs out. So if you're thinking about a set, that's the time.
Yeah. We should also mention, before we move on from Hot Tech, our Zwift rides.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah. Another one on 6:30 p.m. GMT. So we had loads. I managed to lead a ride a few weeks back. It was really cool. So many people, so many of you joined in. It was great to share. Share the Zwift roads with you all.
I was chatting to everyone on my Zwift ride, and they asked me who's the fastest and slowest, and I did say that you were the slowest GCN presenter right now.
Fair point.
Well, no, but then Lloydie pointed out that means that I'd forgotten about Lloydie, and it means that he's faster than you, and I'd say you're definitely faster than Lloydie. So I'd say Lloydie's the slowest GCN presenter right now.
There we go.
Sorry, mate.
It's all right. I'm working my way back.
I did say you were the fastest.
Oh, that's fair enough.
I said that you were the fastest. At the moment, you're not the fastest. Historically speaking, you were the fastest.
I blame the kids. Well, I love them so much, but I blame the kids.
There you go.
We went for a bike ride together the other day. We did 2K. 2K we did. We rode a K, we stopped for an hour, played with sticks, then we walked back.
It sounds incredible.
That was the ride. That was great fun, I love it. Saw some Beatles as well. Anyway, moving on, because our core competition is still running, and don't forget to get your chance to enter. You can find the link in the description below.
To win a core sensor.
Yeah, which is quite a timely prize actually this winter, with lots of indoor training going on.
Optimise your indoor training this winter, really get the most bang for buck out of it. Core sensors, way to go. That's what I'm going to be doing. So cool. Right. And one last thing before we move on. Ruler Classic show is tomorrow. I'm going to be there. Hopefully on the lookout for Hot Tech, and we'll have a video up hopefully on Friday. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yeah, some banging things from Ruler Classic.
Yeah, it's always fun. Right. Comments of the week. Time now for comments of the week. Neither of us were here last week, but these are some comments that were left under last week's show. Yep, so this was Si and Alex discussing bike reviews and their place. So Cherokee 140 driver. As a Kansas resident, we test tyres by dumping several boxes of nails on the ground and riding over them. If your tyre doesn't survive, it's not worthy. I think we're slowly moving towards solid rubber tyres. Just a good way of testing. Yeah. Those roads in Unbound around Kansas way. Yeah. There's so many sharp flints. Yeah. They just the amount of people with punctures on that course. I mean, flints are the killer. Yeah, and you hit them with impact. Through. So, yeah. Yeah. Sequet Gwiwa. says, the biggest problem with bike reviews is that they only review what the bikes are like to ride, not what they're like to own. Yeah, like fair comment. I think I think a lot of bike reviews miss a lot of actual like really important stuff. You know?
Yeah, that is such a big part of deciding what bike to buy or what bike to choose, though. Yeah, I've seen some reviews that do discuss that aspect of it.
I think it depends on the reviewer, but it's so like there's such a big difference between one reviewer to the next that there's like some people will do a lot more on a bike, and the practicalities of owning it, like taking it apart and like having to route a cable through it or change the bar and stem, or like I don't know, like take it apart just to travel with it. Like bikes vary wildly. And then we've got Robert Tell, who says, a large number of road bike purchasers buy a bike that reviewers have described as lightweight, fast and nimble, incredibly fun to ride, then immediately go to a bike fitter who swaps the stem to make the endurance bike that was reviewed as comfortable but sluggish. Like this is one of the big things as well. I think with like the way that bikes handle is largely dependent on where you sit on it in terms of where your weight distribution is. So it's like a bike, like the geometry plays a part, but also so does where you are plonked on that geometry. So if you've got a layback seat post versus an inline seat post, that like makes a big difference. But it's very hard to like assess that from one reviewer to the next. So
it's also about bearing in mind why you're buying the bike as well, and that bike's going to be super nimble and fast if you're buying it to race and do crips on. But if you're buying it to do a longer ride and just cruise and be comfortable and enjoy your riding, then applied to you, it's not the best fit.
Yeah. Also got some comments under 5 mistakes to make by commuting by bike. Martin's Kappa says, a favourite hack of mine is always to pull out a rain cover on my backpack. It's bright yellow with reflective stripes, and almost every cycling backpack has it, and it's much easier to be seen.
Probably a little more aero too. Yeah.
Perhaps, covers it all up,
I do the same. Phil Humphrey, 1548, use puncture-resistant tyres like sporting marathons. They may be a bit slower and heavier, but the last thing you need is a puncture in the wet on the way to work. Yeah. This is something I'm always banging on about, is use of puncture-resistant tyres. Yeah. You just don't want to get in that situation, do you? Yeah. In the wet and the cold, getting late for work as a result.
Absolutely not. And Grum Bazor says, a Dynamo hub is the best choice. Very low resistance, and you always have a proper light without charging. Yeah, like we were on about it earlier in the tech show. Yeah. Dynamo hubs. Bloody great tech.
I know, and you've got a light, because I forgot mine yesterday and Ollie had to dig me out of a hole to get me home. Easy to do when the clocks change.
There you go.
No, thanks, mate.
Right, Bike Vault. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Where's the bell?
Part of the show where you submit pictures of your bikes.
Where's the bell? Here it is.
And we judge them to either be nice or super nice. If they're super nice, ring the bell. If you want to submit your bikes, can do by clicking the link in the description below. Take you to the uploader. It's free to do. Give it a whirl. Yeah. Right, there you go, mate.
Right, first one from Jared Pink. So this is a Cervelo Aspero Shramforce Apex mix of 11-speed Alu gear gold chainring, zip service course cockpit, Stealth Pro saddle, Reynolds ATR wheels with 45 Terra
gold chain.
Gold chain on it.
That's really smart, isn't it?
That is. I love it.
You're leaving me hanging here.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah.
Gee, bloody hell. I think we can super nice that one.
Yeah, it's straight in. Nice. Straight in. Love the colour. Love the gold handlebar tape as well. Like that. I like that detail. Matching with the chain ring as well.
Ooh. Slow turn next.
Blinging.
It's a what is this? Oh, it's a Trek 220, I believe. But he's upgraded it. I think he's changed a load of the bits on this. He's upgraded it's SRAM Apex 10-speed on there. Rolf Vector wheels have been swapped out. They're now DT Swiss. He's colour matched them. Wow, what do you make of that?
Yeah, that is a solid bike for the job. I'm liking this. It's just
I like the fact that there's like the water bottles are matching.
Yeah, but I always let myself.
He's colour matched the bar tape. He's changed that. I think there's someone who's considered what they've done. It's just it's a good. I'm going to super nice that one.
Yeah, well, mate, whack it through.
You've got to ring the bell, mate.
Oh, my turn. Love it, slow turn. Love it.
Right, I like that.
Moving on
Pierre.
to Pierre. So this is...
I like the way he goes, "Hi, I'm Pierre from France." That tickles me.
So this is Pierre's 90s Kestrel 200 SCI.
Yeah.
First successful composite monarch frame set.
Yeah, one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Mavic Cosmic Pro Carbons
Ooh.
on there.
That's a nice
Classic. That is really.
It's a really nice red. It's a very nice red. Like
That is.
bright red.
Yeah.
First road bike build. So he was riding fixed gear until now. He's moved into a beautiful region, nice hills, and he's been watching GCN videos. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Obviously with the hills though, the single speed been a challenge. So he's kind of customised this, stripped it down, restored the frame, looked around for second-hand parts on a budget. So the bike in total, 8.5 kilos, and it's cost him €500, which is
Magnifique.
really, really good.
Incroyable.
So fair play.
Tu as un très joli vélo, Pierre.
It's like a homemade superbike.
Oh.
Beautiful. That's what it's all about. That's what the bike book's all about. I also like the white saddle, white handlebar tape, that touch of silver on the stem and the seat posts. It's all looking good.
What are we saying? Très sympa.
It's super nice.
Well, be.
Très,
Yeah.
très
Super.
très génial.
Très génial. Super sympa.
Super sympa. Merci beaucoup, Pierre.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
B. Dowd works in a local bike shop and he's got a Marin.
Muddy Marin.
What do you make of this? What do you make of Marin?
Yeah, like that. Like that a lot. Yeah.
Tell you what, it's really muddy, but the cassette, it looks immaculate.
He's been waxing his chain.
It's like a magic trick.
He's been waxing that chain.
How is that cassette so clean, yet everything else is just an abomination? How is this possible?
The thing is, when you go around these gravel byways near us at the moment, especially the UK, you get absolutely caked.
Yeah.
Absolutely caked in mud.
I really like that bike though. I think it's really good. At minus point because he's not using he's got a shadow stick.
Shadow stick. Ooh.
What's it? Yeah.
It's camouflage in the mud though. It's camouflage in the mud.
You'd be better with the shadow stunt. I think.
I think this is a super nice.
Yeah, do it. Go on then, Connor.
Super
Come on.
nice. I also like the use of the bags. Nice practical bag placement on the bike. Yeah.
Right, Joski with a giant TCR. Oh, come on, super nice.
Yeah,
Look at that.
yeah.
Oh, that is a dream, that road. Look at
It's
that.
in there. I'll take it with the i2.
Yeah.
Beautiful bike.
Making our life easy there. That's just
making our
probably
life
great.
easier. Now, this next one, belt-driven gravel bike. This has been sent in by
From Marcel.
This
No, nice. Rubbish.
had a lot of potential, but
What's it doing?
we can't see it.
It's non-drive side. It's against a truck.
I was really interested to see how you've done the
Can't
belt
see
drive.
anything on there. What's going on? Oh no, rubbish.
No, and this had a lot of potential.
Has a lot of potential. Also, right, I know I'm colourblind, right?
It's a roll-off hub.
But that's a difficult colour to see the bike against.
It is. Well, I mean, you can't see it because it's the wrong way round.
Nice. That's a nice.
So come back to us, Marcel.
We nearly had a clean sweep.
Turn that bike around, resubmit it to the uploader, as all you lovely lot can do too.
Yeah, right. That's all we've got time for this week. Well, it's been a long one, but it's been good. Thanks for good fun, mate. Right. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time, and also check out Ruler Live Hot Tech. Hopefully coming out on Friday. Love you. Bye.